Hello everyone, my name is Morgan Alberry. I am a superstar consultant with Scentsy and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our Scentsy Bars and tell you a little bit more about them just in case you had some questions. If you're a consultant and you just want some more information so that you can give it to your customers, whatever it is you might need it for, I've got it for you. So let's go. Our bars are manufactured at our headquarters in Meridian, Idaho. So these are our Scentsy Bars. This is what they look like when you get them. They are a little clamshell. There is 8 cubes per clamshell. So I know a lot of the other competitors out there might only have 6. Some don't have 8. So there is 40% more oils in our bars than there is in any other competitor. So they are stronger than most other competitors, which is good. That's why a lot of people will say, you know, that our scents last longer and that they smell stronger because they're better. A lot of people might ask how many cubes they should use in their warmer. Well, starting in the fall and winter catalog of 2017, our new warmers, their dishes are now stamped with the recommended number of Scentsy cubes that you should use for the intended fragrance experience. So this new feature was implemented to eliminate confusion and contradictory information. So add more or fewer cubes, you know, depending on your personal preference. Some people prefer a lot, some people prefer a little. There's some of my warmers that I like to change out really frequently, so I'll only put a cube or 2 because I might change them every day. Some of my warmers that I don't change as often, I'll put a few more cubes in those ones. The easiest way to clean your wax out of your Scentsy warmer is to, in my opinion, get a few cotton balls. I always use 1 more cotton ball than how many cubes were in the dish. So say I used 2 cubes in a dish, I'll grab 3 cotton balls and I'll just drop them in. I'll let them soak up the wax for a second, twist them around, and voila. The wax comes out perfectly every time, never fails. I know that other people do it differently. Some people will wait for it to melt and they'll dump it out into something and use a paper towel. That's too hard for me. I usually make a mess. I have heard of other people just watching it really closely and then pulling it out all in one big chunk when it just gets barely warm enough to be able to move around in the dish, but not warm enough where it's already melting. Your Scentsy bars should be stored. I have some of mine stored the wrong way back here. Your bars should be stored this way, not this way. Horizontal, not vertical. Because this way the fragrance oils aren't being dripped, melting. I don't know how to word that, but you should store them this way in a cool, dark place. If you store them in direct sunlight or next to a stove or an oven, anything like that, the top notes may be released from the bar before you are able to use it and warm it. So you do want to make sure that it's in a cool, dark place so it doesn't start to sweat, is what I call it. But you'll notice your bar starts to get a little maybe sticky, gooey, and it starts to look like it has little sweat beads all over it. So make sure it's somewhere cool and dark. Next fact, our bars are made of a soft grade paraffin wax. They are edible, although I don't recommend eating them. It won't kill you if you do eat them. They're safe, they're non-toxic, they won't kill children, they won't kill pets. So that's good to know for those of you who are pet owners, have children in your home. They are going to be safe for your kids and for your pets. And in addition to that, they won't burn. It might get hot, the little kid might say ow if they touch it, but it's not going to burn them because they're meant to melt at a low grade temperature, so they're not going to get too hot to where they will burn you. Most of our warmers have an 8-watt heating element. Those are the warmers that just use the heating plate that don't have a light bulb, and most of our light bulbs, although we do have a couple, most only go up to 25 watts. We have some that are 40-watt light bulbs, but they're not going to get that hot like anything else you've ever seen. So our wax is never going to evaporate. It is just going to sit there. It's going to stay in your warmer. Once the scent dissipates, you can then just cotton ball, take them out, replace it. It's not going to get all over your walls. You're not breathing in that soot, that wax, those toxins, that flame, all of that. You're not going to be breathing any of that in because this is not going to evaporate at all. It's going to stay in your warmer and you just replace it once the scent dissipates, once you can't smell it anymore, once you get used to it, things like that. So you're never going to be breathing in this bar. Our bars are fragrance without the flame. You can leave your warmers on 24/7. I do have a couple warmers that I do leave on 24/7. I know I don't ever have to worry about them burning down the house, catching anything on fire, bursting a light bulb, anything like that. Nothing's gonna explode, nothing's gonna catch on fire. Pets aren't gonna catch on fire. So it's nice to know that these are safe and then you don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. So Scentsy does not use a soy or vegetable-based wax because soy and vegetable-based waxes can produce a quality wicked candle, but not a quality wickless candle. So Scentsy uses 2 types of fragrance oils in their bars. Scentsy uses both synthetic and naturally derived fragrance oils to achieve the highest quality of bar that they possibly can. They do use the synthetic oil sometimes if it's going to endanger natural resources or when it's not possible to derive those natural oils from nature. So there's a certain flower, you know, that they have to use the synthetic because its fragrance can't be extracted from that type of flower, things like that. And there's also some fragrances that they need to keep the cost down so they can keep it down for our customers, because we don't want to have to increase the price of certain bars just for customers. So in those cases too, they will also use the synthetic oils. So a lot of people ask, how come one scent can last hours and hours and one scent can last days? How come I can smell certain scents for longer periods of time? How come certain scents I can't smell for more than a few hours? And that's because fragrance is like cologne. There's like a little pyramid of fragrances is how it works. So the way that this is going to work is you're going to have your top notes. Your top notes are going to be your citrusy scents, your mandarins, your oranges, things like that. Those are at the top of your little pyramid, okay? The mid notes, those are going to be like strawberry, melon, floral, violet, lilacs, roses. Those are in the middle of your pyramid, so right around here. The base of your pyramid, the bottom of that pyramid, is going to be your woodsy scents, your suedes, your mahoganies, vanilla, cinnamon, things like that. Food-based scents. A lot of times people will notice that, you know, if they have a scent that has cinnamon in it, sometimes it leaves a little bit of a residue in their warmer. That's that base scent that's going to be in the fragrance bar, in the bar base fragrance, okay? So your top notes, remember again, are those citrus, mandarin, orange scents. Those are going to burn off first, off of your wax. So those are going to dissipate into the air first, and that's what you're going to smell first, is those citrus, mandarin type scents. Then your mid notes are going to go, okay? So your first scents have gone, then you're going to get a whiff of those mid notes, which are the strawberries, the melons, the floral scents, the roses, all of that, okay? Last is going to be your base scents. So this is things like our Corner Cafe line, which is all of those food type scents that I've mentioned, things with vanilla, cinnamon, pie, those kinds of things. Also our men's line, things like My Dear Watson, stuff like that. And also our fall and winter scents tend to be a little bit more food type scents. They have more of those base scents in them during the fall and winter. So they also tend to last longer than our spring and summer scents, which is what a lot of people say, but that's because our spring and summer scents are more of those top notes. They're more of those fruity, citrusy, mandarin, orange scents, and then our winter scents are more of those food type homey scents, and those are going to last longer because remember your top notes are going to dissipate a lot quicker, and then you're going to get those bottom notes in there. So that's why a lot of people will say, you know, well, I don't like the spring and summer scents, or my spring and summer scents don't last as long, or this scent doesn't last as long as this scent. And that is a perfect explanation of why some scents will last longer than others, is because those top notes, they're gone, they dissipate, okay? And then you get those mid notes and then the bottom notes. That is all I have for you today. I hope that this video helped you learn a little bit more about our Scentsy Bars, Scentsy Bars 101. If you have any other questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and let me know. Thank you. Bye.